Hello everybody, welcome back to the Altars. This is part 2 of Act 2. In the last episode, we were forced to make a very controversial choice, which is dividing our altars and forcing half of the crew to hate us. Now that half does include the botanist and the doctor, which I'm not too sad about, but the technician is leading the rebellion. However, in discussing the alternative, which would be a chip implanted into their brain and controlled by the corporation, the Allied Corporation, after talking it over with the miner and seeing that he is in agreement with myself that that would be a terrible decision, as much as I hate pissing off the technician, my choice is clear. So we are going to have to make the difficult decision to create a new altar, hopefully with a blank slate brain. And by utilizing those stem cells, we can then save our altars and then be done with it, not have to deal with the repercussions of letting a corporation control us. We'll see how it goes in the morning, but for now we're going to go ahead and give the therapist the keychain we found.
Hey, I found this thing that I took on the mission, and I thought that maybe it could mean something to you too. Now would you look at that? My lucky keychain. Yeah, I always have it on me, I guess. Really? Bring back good memories for you too? It does, sure. But I thought you'd like to have it. Why? Because Adam's dad was a therapist? Huh. Figures. Thank you.
The awkwardness felt around the base for the next few days is palpable. The technician's irritation at my very presence has never cut so deep.
Get rid of you.
There's so much confusion going on that I feel like the only thing I kind of want to do is just sit on this miner and grab materials. Things are failing, altars are bugging me with tasks, and I should probably go exploring. I should probably set up the main story components. I should probably fix those rooms, but all I want to do is mine. Everything it's starting to stress me out a little bit. I realize we do need to get another neutralizing tower put into place so we can go ahead and have that built now that we have the materials, but yeah, this day in particular, I was kind of struck. I didn't know what to do. The ramifications of the choice were starting to weigh on me, and the slow realization dawns on me that I had no idea what's left in store. And speaking of storage, we are at our absolute limit. We're going to want to expand, however, we don't have the materials, and it is late, so we can't grab any, so I decided let's just cancel the neutralizing tower. That gives us the materials necessary, and we can now make ourselves into the largest wheel possible, at least in the base game, at least for the time being, and then that will give us the ability of building more storage, allowing us to hold on the things that we need to. However, we are now going to need a lot more fuel to move our base. I stumbled across the altars reading off their bucket list, and that's kind of interesting.
Sounds nice. As long as sharks don't decide to join you.
On the contrary, the sharks would be a nice addition.
I wish I got to try Papara what? Papara Jotes?
Papara Hodas. Lemon leaves coated in dough and fried. I heard they're an incredible delicacy.
To drive a race
God,
car.
can we talk?
I see the appeal after many days cooped up in here.
This was interesting. I enjoyed listening to it, but I became acutely aware of how much time it was taking and how much more productive I could be if I just went and handled a few things on my own. So I'm going to head down to the refinery, see if there's anything in the process and if there's anything I could do. Nothing is queued, so I'm going to go ahead and load that up. I think about running it myself, but instead I realized that we could probably get some food done. Neglecting the fact that I could have done all of that from my pause menu, and I could have stayed in there the entire time. But instead, I will just hop over here, add some cooked meals, and we'll go ahead and get to work while they finish up what they're talking about. You know, whatever that is.
I wish I was never.
What are you all staring at? Did I ruin your party?
Oh, I feel like I was very rude there now.
This was inappropriate.
It was inappropriate, but it was a bonding session, and I just kind of walked out. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Hey, Bonus, I'm sorry. Wait, what? Guys, you wanna say something?
Hey, you wanted to talk? Yeah. So, I heard you're in touch with Lena about our problem.
You did.
I just want to say, asking her for help is the smartest move. You're gonna do as she says, right? I have doubts. Involving more people from the corporation could be risky. Lena won't let them harm us. I'm sure of it. You seem to be getting along much better now, aren't you? Yeah, I think so. That's great. To think I was the mastermind behind it. Amazing. It really is. Thanks. Do you think this could be a chance for you and her to, you know, get back together? Only with you as my wingman. Yeah, funny. Well, in that case, there's something you need to know. I think it's only fair you should know how much deeper your relationship could have been. What do you mean? You see, she was the one who was supposed to go on this mission. She was the head of the hydroponic farms project. I was just helping her out in the lab. She was so excited about taking her solutions to a base like this. She wanted to go so badly. But she failed her medical tests. And you agreed? To leave her behind? I mean, it must have been something serious. Was she sick? Yeah, it was serious. She was pregnant. Oh. I only learned about it the night before takeoff. She didn't want to raise my hopes because it was still such an early stage. We'd been trying before, but every time it ended all too soon. The disappointment was unbearable. And yeah, I can't say it didn't put our marriage to the test. But this time, we were really hoping for a breakthrough. Thing is, I'll never get to know if we were right. Shit. That must feel terrible. You know, for a moment, I even thought I could somehow bring it all back when all this ends. That was before the MRI scan. Funny. I never thought being a father would become so important to me. What about you? Did you ever think about it? No. Never. Why not? Because of how our dad was. I never want to do that to a kid. I get you. I was just as scared as you of becoming like him. But Lena made me realize I'm a different man. You should have seen her beaming that night she told me. This could be it, Jan, she said. I'll never forget the look on her face. I was supposed to get a good night's sleep before the launch, but we just talked the hours away, laughing and remembering old times. Until at 3 in the morning, we ended up singing Big Green Tractor. Oh, man. Yeah, that's right. the unforgettable hit of our mountain road trip. That trip. Man, that must have been in another life. We were crazy, young, and in love. And broke. Remember that rundown car we borrowed from Lena's uncle? Yeah. All it had for a radio was an old CD player and one CD. And the opening track, Big Green Tractor. It made us laugh so much we played it on repeat. Yeah. Those were the times. That trip was where Lena bought us that cheesy shepherd's axe. Remember? Oh, yeah. You know I even packed it on this mission? To remind me of her? Hey, you didn't by any chance have the same idea?
It's weird that we get the opportunity to lie. I didn't know how that was going to play out for us, so I decided to just be honest with him. Again, I'm not really sure how to handle the botanist, so I'll do my best.
No. Sorry, I didn't. Oh yeah, stupid me. I got so immersed in memories I almost forgot you two split up. I guess I'm just trying to hold on to anything real and tangible. I packed so many things that reminded me of her, I'm left with nothing. But, of course, there's no way that axe could materialize from another life where it wasn't, well, valued so much. Anyway, thanks for talking. I'm glad I got it off my chest.
It was such a good interaction with the botanist, especially since he was one of the people irritated me with my choice, that when I saw that there was a new task available in dealing with the botanist, in fact, if we were to talk to the scientist about the axe, we may be able to cheer him up. And so I kind of jumped at the opportunity, like how I do with the miner. Anytime there's an opportunity to help out the miner, I realized that even though in the midst of all this trouble, in the midst of a looming deadline and death, that I should take a moment to remember that the botanist indeed is human and is indeed heartbroken from the life that he lost. So I'm going to try to take some time to make him happy.
Is there a problem? Yes, Jan, there's definitely a problem. People are fed up with how you're running this mission. What do you mean, fed up? What is this? Are you blind? Things gotta change, or else. What exactly do you want me to improve? I'm still sleeping on the fucking floor. Are you gonna build that dorm, or what? I hear you. I'll do what I can.
I'm not entirely sure what he is complaining about, because when I look at the base, I realize that we have 6 beds available. We should have enough beds for all the different altars. A dormitory has 4. We've got 2 personal cabins there, so he should have been well enough, but
So,
built another
what do you
one
think?
just to make him happy.
Man, I slept like a baby. I'm glad you took our little talk seriously. Good. Let's put this whole thing behind us and focus on what's ahead. So, yes, here it is. We still need to wait a little for the brain cells to mature fully. How long? 3 days, according to the instructions we got. Once they're ready, you can call a meeting and communicate your decision to everybody. Do you scan the brain for the mutation? Yes, it's all clear. And the cortex shows no signs of activity, which is good. What happens then? We extract the brain tissue, process it according to Maxwell's formula, and start administering the treatment. Of course, we will have to dispose of the body. Whoa! What the fuck? Looks like I didn't use enough sedative. Let me just, there. Damn it. I hope it didn't activate the cortex.
I really wish I didn't see that. That really complicates things. I wanted this to be easy.
Is that seriously the only thing that worries you right now? It woke up. That's not something mindless vessels do. We can't just
You know, calm down. It must have been an involuntary impulse. Nothing to do with consciousness. Look, we can't get thrown off balance. Not now, when we're so close.
The moral conundrum comes in because as much as I would love to be honest, I can't have chips in their brains.
Okay. You're right. You can't tell anyone about this incident, okay? They need to take the cure. I know some of them were against it. This would make them freak out even more. What incident? I didn't see anything. Did you? Okay. Good. Let's just give those brain cells the time they need to mature, and in 3 days, we'll proceed with the treatment. Simple as that. Sure. Fine.
So this is where the game starts getting complicated. I would love to just appease everybody, but no matter what you do, no matter which choice you make, half your crew is going to be unhappy with it. And I like I mentioned, I would be fine if it was just the doctor. You know, we just met him, and he was mainly just there because the miner kept getting hurt. We needed to make sure that he was okay. The botanist as well, you know, as much as I have tried to cultivate a relationship with him, I just haven't made any progress on our communication skills with him. So, you know, it's sad to see him go, but ultimately that's not a problem. But the biggest heartbreak here is that the technician just doesn't trust us, you know? After everything we've been through, after all the times that we put our trust into him, and he thinks that we're just gonna do the same to him, that he's disposable, that doesn't make any sense. That part was really frustrating me, and will actually continue to frustrate me as the story gets deeper. This is one of the few games that I've ever played that has emotionally rocked me to the point where I needed to stop playing it for a time. And in fact, I actually hadn't completed the game by the time of this recording. I was still stuck on Act 3, needing to push myself forward because of the fact that the events of the game were just so emotional to me. So it is interesting to see, but having gone through the footage again, having watched everything that went down, and having to relive all those emotions, just anyways, we'll get there soon. Right now, we need to find ourselves the interroll, but all of these anomalies are making things incredibly difficult, and I only have 2 battery power, which isn't enough to really handle any of them. So the best I can do is just take out one at a time. But all in all, this is a very difficult spot to be in, I gotta say. I didn't mind the searching for the interroll before, you know, following the path of plants and trying to see where it leads and comes out. But during this time, it was just so frustrating because all the while, in the back of my mind, I can't stop thinking about the rebellious altars and what that might mean and what that might cost us on this mission. And so I end up wasting so much time chasing this one that I just have to give up for a little bit of time and come back to that one later. For now, the goal is to make our way back. It is about 7 p.m. Radiation is going to be coming very soon, and there are plenty of enemies around. My radiation level is rising, and night is falling. I am very far away from the closest area of the base, and with the fact that we ran into an unexpected time dilation, I freak out, run the wrong way at first, spending even more time stuck in the time dilation, and now we are a good hour after nightfall has happened, still going the wrong way, and showing not a lot of hope for making it back. Our radiation levels get into a critical amount Over 2/3 of our body is just riddled with the radiation, and we are finding nothing in sight as far as a way to get back quickly and safely. I try to just utilize the time as best I can to find the internal. If I can grab it before dying, that would be great. There is no way that I'm going to be able to make it back to base. It's just not likely. And unfortunately, our miner seems to be stuck outside as well. We got notifications saying that the miner was getting radiated, and therefore will end up being the one who rescues us. And so it does make me feel good that after all this, you know, we still have our loyal friend. We put the neutralizer tower back on because of the fact that the sun is approaching very quickly. We're going to want to have that in place. I have a feeling even once we get the neutralizing towers put into their locations, we'll still have some more work to be done before we can use them. So it's better to get them placed early on so we don't get a last minute road bump. So, I see the places where I need to get, and they are actually quite the journey we have to traverse. So we're going to go ahead and grab some suit batteries, add some radiation filters, some repair kits, so that way if anything happens to the place as we go on. I'm going to throw some pylon components on there, but get rid of one of them in favor for an automatic outpost, which I feel like, given the fact that some of my altars are starting to rebel, maybe relying a little bit less on them for certain materials might be the wise choice. I keep looking back at the footage, and there was no warning that we were running into a time dilation anomaly. I didn't see any kind of barrier to it from the point that we walked into until we actually stepped into it. So that was quite annoying. I would have been able to plan a little bit better had I known, but I just pushed through it, made my way up to the top, and now I can finally set down the neutralizing towers. Go ahead, put there. Half the job is done now.
For the tower.
We just need to get the other one in.
And the other one... Yeah, I need to build it on the other side.
Easier said than done. But before we get into that, I do want to revisit that shepherd's axe and continue to try to make the botanist feel at home.
Isn't that what you do all the time?
And then the sass from the scientist is a little surprising.
Well, this
He's
is
not supposed to be rebelling.
Related, not directly anyway. That's not helping your cause. Right. Do you remember that road trip to the mountains we took with Lena just after we met? Of course I do. We took a lot of unnecessary risks getting into that old pickup without giving it a proper checkup first. What were we thinking? What can I say? Youth. Nice excuse. Makes me wonder what a miracle it is for so many people to survive that stage in life. Yeah. Anyway, remember the shepherd's axe Lena bought us there? A silly souvenir just for laughs? Please, don't remind me. I need to recreate it. Really? Why? Look, I feel bad about that. But I know I can rely on you even when you're pissed off at me. That's what makes you special. All right? Go on. Let me put it straight. I need help. And of all the altars, you're the only one who can give me the right answers. That's not an unusual situation. So you have questions about the axe. You see, I forgot what it looked like exactly. Wooden handle, steel head, folk ornaments. About those ornaments, it had these red woolly pom-poms attached to it. Do you remember how many? 3. That I'm sure of. But I don't think they were red, Jan. More like magenta, wouldn't you say? Mm-hmm. Yeah, about that handle. I think it had some kind of a floral pattern carved on it. Floral? Are you sure? I thought it was more like a zigzag. Oh. But are you sure the head was steel, not iron? It was a cheap toy, so I guess you could be right. But it looked quite hard. I'd know for sure if I could see it. That's the whole point. We don't have it. Right. Damn, this is not helping. And I thought you'd be the perfect guy to recall technical details. Well, maybe we don't quite agree on the definition of technical details. Now, if you'd asked me about the pressure in our tires before we headed out, or the details of the dissertation I was in a hurry to submit before we left, you'd have gotten them immediately. But a toy axe? I didn't exactly analyze it, if that's what you expected. All I remember is I looked like a fool holding it in that photo Lena took. Shit, you're right. There was a photo. It's a shame I got rid of it. It was a good decision, if you ask me. Well, that settles it then. If I can't help you, no one can. Just let it go and get your mind back to important things. Lena could still have that photo. Lena? Jan, is that what it's really about? We're in a shithole here, and all of a sudden you feel like flirting? Relax. I assure you all I want to do is recreate that axe. Don't worry, I'll take care of more urgent matters first. Well, in that case, do whatever you want. Just don't waste my time.
It's funny you say that. I feel like I'm wasting so much time chasing this little plot line.
Jan? Hello?
Lena, hey. I just wanted to call to say thank you again and ask you about something personal.
Okay, what is it?
Remember that road trip we took to the mountains? Just after we hooked up?
Mm-hmm.
We borrowed a car from your uncle and...
I remember. What about it?
You don't happen to have any photos from it?
Photos? I might. I'd have to check. Are you interested in anything specific?
Yeah. The photo of me with the shepherd's axe you bought me.
Oh, that axe. Why are you... What is this about?
I'm sorry, but I'd rather not say. It would mean a lot to me if I could see it again.
Okay. I guess I don't need to understand everything. But those are old photos. I'm not sure I still have them. I'd need to check.
Sure, just let me know if you find anything, okay?
All right, I will.
Thank you, Lena.
Talk soon.
Watching movies has been a fun part of this game. The sketches that you get to see are pretty funny, and the fact that it makes everyone happy is a great byproduct. I just wish they didn't take so long. It's already 1 in the morning now. We're going to be waking up so late. And we are greeted in the morning with the notification that it is now time to decide. I've already made my decision. We are going with the tabula rasa. But now it is going to be finalized.
Okay, people. I wanted to hold this meeting to tell you that, well, we finally might have a cure for your
condition. Let's hold off celebrating till we hear it. I just want it to be over. We can use a treatment based on healthy brain tissue. For that purpose, we'd need to use the tabula rasa you've probably all seen occupy a space in the womb. So, you decided to go down that path. Great! Why don't you just hand us over for experiments already? Don't be so goddamn dramatic about it. This will heal our brains, ain't that all that matters?
Let's be rational. Since we already have the tabula rasa, I say we use it. What else are we gonna do with an awareness-free body?
I agree that we should be rational. It's just that there's something so cold-blooded about this. I feel it's a line we shouldn't cross. Because once we do, there's no going back. Just tell me we're not doing this. We're not taking his brain out. It's sickening. We are doing it. That's my decision. Oh, so you've decided for us, without even giving us an alternative. Mark my words. It's downhill from here. Oh, come on. The boss has made his decision. Just fucking respect it.
This is unbearable. Let's stop wasting time and get on with it. We knew from the start we weren't born into a fairy tale.
Exactly. We weren't born into a fairy tale. Because we weren't born at all. We were just created to
Come on, man, don't do this.
prolong this loser's meaningless life. Truth is, there is no good way out of this mess. The branching
Come on, dude, take it easy.
was,
Just sit down. You don't look so
at
good.
the start, it was,
No!
shit. He collapsed. Make way for the doctor.
Is he unconscious? It's getting worse. We need a cure now. What's your call? Let's go for Maxwell's recipe. Good. I'll get tabula rasa ready for the procedure. Keep your fingers crossed. Okay, everything's prepped. He's not showing signs of waking up again? No, nothing. I've given him more sedatives just to be on the safe side. You want to say something before I proceed?
I don't know. Oh, just do it.
Okay.
Here goes.
And that's it. Almost. I'm taking it to the lab to create Maxwell's magic potion.
Is he?
Yes, he's dead. But don't worry, he didn't feel a thing.
I don't know whose core memory that was, if it was the scientist's or mine. And it's clear that if I had sided with the technician that we would have been losing the scientist, as the scientist clearly doesn't want a chip in his brain. And I don't blame him.
Hey, how'd it go with the treatment?
Well, the therapy has begun. Everybody took their dose of Maxwell's medicine, and it's looking optimistic. No bad reactions, no side effects. In fact, I can already feel the difference. My head is clearer. It could be a placebo effect, of course, but I'm hopeful.
You did a great job. I couldn't have done it without you.
Yeah. I can't say I'm not proud of myself. I'm becoming more and more of a Renaissance man on this mission.
So yeah, the deed has been done. There's no going back from this choice. We were left with, in my mind, no alternative. I don't agree that placing a chip in someone's brain and giving a board of directors control to terminate that person whenever they want from a remote location without any say from the person. It's just not right. The technician begs the question, who are we to decide his fate? And I ask him the same thing. Who are those Allied Corporation board of directors to decide your fate, huh? By utilizing the tabula rasa in essentially what is just stem cells, he and everyone else here are still in control of their own fate. What happens to them is due to their choices and their reactions to the things, not anyone else from anywhere else except for here. You know, if someone's gonna kill one of us, it's gonna be one of us with our own two hands, and the other person has a chance to fight back. The idea that a couple buttons could be pushed, some chemicals could be administered, and the alter could be dead before they even realize what hit them? No. No, come on, technician. And the thing that bugs me the most, the thing that just really gets to me, is the fact that throughout everything that we've been through, he thinks that I would do that to him. That's the worst part, is that he doesn't believe us. He doesn't trust us well enough to realize that we wouldn't harm him or any of our other alters. That's what really hurts. Nonetheless, I'm going to put in the work. I'm going to take the radiation. I'm going to do the dangerous stuff in order to make sure that we get out of here alive. All of us.
So, how do you feel after the procedure?
I'm fine. Just leave me alone, okay? I can't believe you did it. I just don't want to think about it.
So, how do you feel after the procedure? Oh, I feel much better. Don't worry. We'll help you get out of here. Then you can dispose of us, just like you did with Tabula Rasa.
Why? Why do you think I would do that? What about our conversations ever led you to that thought?
Hey man, I just saved your life. So much for gratitude. Tell you what, let's just focus on clearing the way, and once we're out of this canyon, I hope we can talk it over properly. Yeah, great idea. Let's get down to
I was
some
glad to end
busting.
the conversation with a smile from him. The doctor couldn't even meet my eyes. He wouldn't even
Hey.
look at me.
How do you feel after the procedure? Well, to be fair, I think it's working. But I can't shake off this bad feeling that it was a very wrong thing to do. We did the best we could, given the circumstances. Yeah, well, maybe it wasn't good enough. I just hoped we were a better man. That's all.
Everyone I'm talking to is just making me more depressed. Minor,
So,
please give
how
me
do
a
you
smile.
feel after the procedure? First night without cold sweats. How do I feel? Fucking euphoric.
Thank you. I really needed someone on my side, and it's good to see you smile.
That's great. Unfortunately, not everyone shares your enthusiasm. What can you do? You'll never please everybody. You had the balls to make a decision, and that's what counts. Thanks, man.
I wasn't exactly the biggest fan of the therapist when we first met, but I will give him the credit
Hey,
that he's the only person that
feel
asks how
after the
I'm doing.
procedure? I'm pretty good, thanks. How are you?
The actual question itself even threw me off. I had been so used to dealing with everyone else's problems, I didn't even think about how I
I'm stressed
was.
about moving on. We need to neutralize that gravity field distortion and face what's beyond it. Oh, yeah. The unknown. It can be scary. Until it stops being unknown. Yeah. Right. What's on your mind? My role as a therapist in here. What about it? I know we talked about it before, but back then I got the impression I would be dealing with current problems. conflicts within the team, anxiety issues, stress management. But instead, I keep listening to stories from the past. Childhood, school, teachers, lost matches, failed exams, home, dad, mom, my dad, my mom. How can I be detached, Jan? I didn't become a therapist to listen to my own problems. I went through my own therapy, processed things, gained closure, and this is just ruining things for me. I only started working here, but I already feel burned out.
This conversation really stuck with me because I have experienced in this and related very well in this moment.
You'd rather be assigned to the kitchen or a mining outpost, is that what I'm hearing? All I said is that we're in the middle of a burnout situation here. Burnout. So, maybe you just need to take a break, unwind a little. I could. If I had my specialty. What's your specialty? It's not a specialty. It's a special tea. Oh. What's in it? It doesn't matter. I don't have it. Giving up so easily? What did it do exactly? Was it one of those relaxing infusions? No. It was a mind-expanding plant. I got the seed from a friend, and it grew well in my apartment. Oh, Jan. Of all my friends and lovers, my special tea was the only one that never let me down. If only you could try it. I could use some unwinding right now. Hey. You know what? I just remembered something from the pre-mission training. What's that? The greenhouse. It should be supplied with all kinds of seeds of medical plants. You don't mean, Jan, this could be a totally undiscovered potential of this mission. Recreating a special tea from a non-existent reality.
That is one of the lamest excuses I've ever heard, but we'll go with it.
Sounds like a totally legit scientific experiment. The scientists, Jan, would be proud of us. Just think, what would the world look like if you saw it with a very, very open mind? And if we did that, you think your burnout will be cured? The cure for burnout consists of 2 ingredients, Jan. Special tea and a special chemical mixture. What? Chemicals. Just trust me. Take this recipe, grow the plant, prepare the mixture, and come back to me. I guarantee you won't regret it.
I don't know how I feel about you, man. I don't know. Scientist, what can I do for you?
So, did you manage to recreate your lost research? Yes, I did. I was worried I wouldn't remember everything correctly, but amazingly, it was all still there. Neatly aligned and perfectly organized in my head. Almost reminded me of how Father made us arrange our toys when we were a kid. Oh man, I hated that. So did I. Remember running home from school in panic in case he came home early and saw the mess in our room? Yep. How many times do I have to tell you that chemistry set cost half my paycheck? Why is it scattered all over the floor? Huh. That chemistry set was my favorite. Until Dad just threw it away to punish us for not tidying it up. Yeah. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah, I retrieved my research nicely. Job done. Well done. Thank you. And thanks for helping me get it done. You'll be happy to learn that there's something for you in it too. Really? What? Listen to this. While I was reconstructing my equations, I realized that by tweaking a parameter or 2, my method can also be applied to something we are using on a daily basis on this
very mission. The Rad Shield filters. In light of my findings, we can manufacture them in a much more efficient way. It's remarkable, because theoretically, I had all the necessary knowledge in my head, but I had to backtrack my line of thinking to unblock it.
And it's these very radiation filter upgrades that will end up screwing us later in the episode.
Wow. What can I say? The inventor's mind works in mysterious ways. It sure does. And you know what? Suddenly, I feel much more confident about facing our other challenges. Let's take this bull by the horns.
So now all of my altars have these little yellow locks on there, and as I see the altar page, the 3 that opposed the tabula rasa outcome are indeed very, very unhappy with me. So I'm finding it very hard to tell them what to do and to utilize them in any other way, and they are just absolutely angry. And our miner is sad, our scientist is neutral, and the therapist he just wants his tea. So things are becoming a bit harder, and I'm having to spend more time reacting than doing any kind of progressive action.
Hey.
I found them. Our old photos. Talk about going back in time. There's one that might interest you. You're waving the shepherd's axe like some mad caveman. You look so chipper in it. I almost forgot how big that smile of yours can be.
Huh.
Made me wonder, knowing what happened later. How little it took for us to go from those happy times to fighting with each other. One moment, you're smiling so broadly, holding that axe, and the next you're smashing it to pieces on our kitchen table.
Yeah. I know. And I really wish that never happened.
Of all the things I ever gave you, you had to bring this one up. Why? It was cheesy, it was worthless. And it brings back a whole lot of shitty memories.
And this is also a hard part, is because the only reason why I'm doing this is to make the botanist happy. I didn't need to bring up any of this. Not to her, not to anyone.
Not in our alternative life, it doesn't. There's a reality where I didn't break the axe, and it brings back only good memories.
That's an impressive way you discovered for us to find closure. It's more than most couples get, I guess.
You bet.
You know I'm doing my best to support you in this crazy situation. I think I just have to protect my own sanity.
Of course.
Anyway, I'm sending you the photo. Hope it makes your alternative self happy.
Ow.
He's a botanist, by the way. The one who didn't divorce you, he became a botanist.
Oh, all right. Why are you telling me that?
At this point, I'm kind of asking myself the same question. Is there any real reason to continue this conversation? Should I even bother telling her what could have been with a person that's not even going to appreciate this?
He said that in his life, you were supposed to go on this mission. But he had to take your place.
Where is this going, Jan?
And then the game gives me the option of bringing up something that would help nobody, or simply dropping the topic.
You're right.
And you know what? Let's drop it.
It's not going anywhere sensible.
Jan, are you sure you're all right?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for the photo. It means a lot to me. Really.
Okay. Just please stay focused on getting back. Don't let these illusions of your other lives distract you too much.
Right, thanks. Talk later.
And she's absolutely right. I really don't have a lot of time to waste right now. The game's getting even harder, the consequences are even larger, and I'm spending time making a stupid axe just to make someone happy who wants nothing to do with me. But you know what? Let's do it. Let's just throw it in there. We're going to put that in even before the therapist special mixture. We don't have a lot of time to make it now, so we're going to have to finish that in the morning. But You know, I'm determined. I've set out this game, and my goal was to try to keep everyone happy, and it's coming to the point where everyone being happy is just looking more and more like an impossibility. So let's go ahead and grab some stuff. I'm keeping most people inside the base for now, keeping them away from dangers. And then that's when I realized, oh crap, I wasn't paying attention to the electrical storms, and we are about to be in it. So I decided to take a quick jaunt over to the rubidium mine so I can take advantage of the extra boost in rubidium while the magnetic storm is going on. And while everything is failing around me, I try to set them onto base maintenance, but we're low on repair kits, as always, just a little bit behind. I'm about to die from radiation burn, literally just a sliver away from certain death, and thankfully I got back home so we didn't lose the rest of the day, because we are going to need to spend that time repairing basically everything and spending all that time building the repair kit. Unfortunately, I do have to move the shepherd's axe down the line a little bit to make sure that we can keep everything working. However, we are going to be focusing on that again. Let's go ahead and sleep through the rest of the day. I spent more time than necessary. I stayed up late in order to repair some things, forgetting that indeed the electrical storm will still be continuing in the following morning. Don't have any resources available to make any decent amount of meals, so we're gonna have to work on that as well. But since the rebellion, I've been a little hesitant on getting the botanist to do anything. I've kind of let them relax a little bit. I was hoping that a little bit of a break might help change their minds on things, but yeah, it's not looking likely. We go ahead and add the special mixture to the queue. We go ahead and finish up this shepherd's axe since we have the time. Again, because we're in the middle of the storm, parts of the bases keep failing left and right, and I'm just trying to keep my head focused on what I'm doing and ignore it. Yeah, I know. So we're going to move the special mixture down, get all the repair kits necessary, get everybody working on the base, fix up as much, and then go to bed. This game is just making me tired. The nights now end sooner. The radiation comes. The anomaly activity has increased. New resources and a new internal vein to be found, which means that there's a whole lot more work out there to do before we can go. But of course, we gotta talk to our alters first thing in the morning.
If you think calmly about it, it was a very common medical procedure. Safe, predictable.
So I'm actually gonna skip this conversation with the scientist, because essentially this is just him complaining about the fact that he wants credit for the scientific research that he worked on while he made while he was here, what we allowed him to recreate from his own timeline. And this whole conversation is essentially just whose name do we put on the report, and in the end we come up to no real conclusion. So I'm actually going to skip the rest of this.
Extremely unethical. I bet it must feel nice, thinking that you always have the moral high ground.
So I wasted a lot of time on that shepherd's axe, but I'm happy to say that it has been completed, and now we can give it to the botanist. Hopefully he likes it.
Hey there, I've got something for you. The shepherd's axe you wanted to see so much? What do you mean? You said you didn't have it. I didn't, but I recreated it for you. I really don't get you, Jan. You bail out on me when it comes to important things, and then you come back with a souvenir? Keep your axe, and don't bother me again.
Dude, you're part of the rebellion, and I gave you a literal weapon. That should show you how much I'm trying to extend the branch to you.
You know you're being a jerk, right? I went to a lot of effort for you. Bullshit. Giving things to people is no real effort. Listening to them is.
What do you think I just did? I spent all that time listening to you about your wants and concerns about this life and trying to think about something that can give you a little taste of home. And this is how you repay me. I'm done with you, botanists. I'm done. So now I just have to figure out what else to do with the day.
A little low on repair kits, don't you think?
Oh, are we? Oh, I wonder why that is. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that I spent all my resources on a freaking axe, and I can't break down the axe to get those materials back, so I'm glad that someone appreciates it. But anyways, I'll go out and get the materials for your freaking repair kit so everyone can have a happy little day. I'm glad I'm doing this for everybody. I'm glad y'all appreciate it. Oh, hey, Intro. Deal with you in a second. This place sucks. This particular map is quite aggravating with some of the locations it has, and the fact that this little gully right here is just lousy with anomalies is making everything so much harder. One explodes on me in the back and I have like no radiation tolerance left, and it doesn't take much to take me out. And we lost 13 hours on that day. It was only 10 o'clock in the morning. Ridiculous.
Hey, how did therapy go? Feel any better?
Therapy? What therapy? We just had a beer, the shrink and I.
Okay, so how was it?
Oh, he's got daddy issues, that's for sure.
The shrink?
Yeah. All he wanted to talk about was our father.
And did he have anything interesting to say?
Yeah, old boring stuff all of us know too well. He reminded me that day he yelled at us for tearing up our soccer boots in front of the whole team.
I remember that.
Yeah. We had a good match that day. Our team won. We scored a goal, but all he ever saw were those fucking boots and how much he paid for them.
That was humiliating as hell. Yeah. All the other dads were proud, but trying to impress our father? Well,
nothing was ever good enough. But that's the shrink's problem. I know I'm doing a good job here, and that's enough for me, so just let me get back to it.
but are you sure you want to keep pushing yourself like this?
While making myself useful on a mission that can save the whole fucking world? Hell yeah, it's what I want. To be honest, I've never felt more needed in my whole life.
Okay. In that case, just carry on, soldier.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Another day, another attempt at getting this interroll. Each one of these things can allow us to research more important science, better quality unlocks, and it's going to be necessary moving forward, especially if we've got rebellious altars on our hands. I feel like we're going to need better technology to make up for the fact that our people are now lacking. So, yeah, it's becoming quite important to me with the fact that we've got both of our towers in place. I feel a lot more comfortable utilizing this time. We do need to make sure that we can move our base. The fact that we had to destroy some of it in order to move in the last act, we had to get rid of the social room. and the infirmary. But because of that, we may have to limit ourselves again. Huh, there it is. Been looking all over for you. So now I just need to make my way down there, and there are a couple easy ways. So I'm feeling a lot better. But there is still work to be done.
You like me to take care of that?
The terrain is a bit tricky.
You guys know that I can see you, right? Plotting? Scheming?
What was that about? That's none of your concern, Jan.
I'm surprised we allowed him to get away with that. As the leader of this outpost, I feel like everything is my concern. Doctor, you are not making your case, and you are just seeming suspicious. And in these troubled times, the miner is exactly who I need to see.
How was your session this time? Shrink bore you with Dad again?
Actually, no. We talked about someone else.
Oh yeah? Who?
You.
Really?
Yeah. It was kinda interesting, you know? I realized I never asked you, how are you holding up?
Miner, thank you. It's just throughout all of this, hearing you ask that question means a lot.
Time of my life. What do you think?
Yeah, he said you'd joke about it. The shrink did. But deep down, you gotta be scared. We were wondering how we'd feel if we were in your shoes.
And?
Then this stupid thought came to me, and I just couldn't shake it off, you know?
What was it?
Well, if I were in your position, all I'd think about would be, what would Dad say?
Seriously?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Here I am, a grown man on a humanity-saving mission, light years away from home, and still waiting for my old man to barge in and give me shit for no damn reason. Like a little fucking boy. Do you feel that way too?
I guess. Sometimes I feel that I'm not good enough. Whatever I do, however hard I try, it's like, what am I even doing here?
I hear ya. Looks like that son of a gun planted this fucking insecurity in us. But you know what? The shrink did say one smart thing.
Oh yeah? What's that?
That it's, no shame to be weak. Sometimes, anyway. And, if you're strong enough to own it, then you're not weak at all. In the eyes of other people, or something like that.
I love you,
It made
Miner.
sense when he said it.
Okay.
So, what it boils down to is that I've got two things to say to you. One, I don't think I want to work my ass off like a moron anymore.
You know what? Yeah, I'm all for it. That sounds great.
Good. I'm all for it. And what's the other thing?
You know that day when Dad yelled at us for ruining our soccer shoes? I just want to say, that was a pretty damn good goal we scored.
Yeah. You're right about that.
I was so happy that I made the decision to go down the path to get the miner healed and in therapy. I feel like that if nothing else, I did something good there by helping this man heal. Here is our total lessons thus far. I feel like we're gonna miss out on a few.
Okay. I can see you're disappointed with me. So, you're planning on holding a grudge forever?
I don't know. You're the one doing the planning here.
Oh, come on, man. Don't do this.
All I want is for you to stay away from me.
Don't do this,
I
man.
told you that from the start, didn't I? But you wouldn't listen.
Please.
Making pierogi, building that park for me, being my fucking pal.
Please don't do this.
What a load of bullshit.
Technician just stands there and hurts me and walks into the corner like nothing happens. I have nothing that I can do. I mean, I can't make him happy. I can't change anything. There's nothing there's nothing that can fix this, and it's that powerlessness that is hurting me the most. I spent some time reorganizing the base and trying to think of what I'm gonna have to get rid of in order to move our base, as it is already way too heavy. But it all feels like I'm just going through the motions now. I can feel my world crumbling around me and the people that I called family turning their backs. At least I still have the miner. Because of the fact that everyone is just so unhappy, I decide to make a personal cabin for every single one of the altars to give them each their own space to think, to experience, to plot if they need, you know. I'm basically resigned to the fact that I know that these altars are going to turn against me. You know, I don't know what they're going to do or how they're going to do it, but I know that they are plotting in some way. And you know, if that's what they need, if they need the room to overthrow me, if they need the ability to stand on their own and feel confident in themselves and that, then you know what? I'll give them the space to do that. I do so much for these altars just to try to make them happy, try to get them healed, and it comes to the point where you have to sacrifice one person's happiness for another. And how do you choose? How do you choose who gets to be the one to feel like they're fulfilled and who gets to feel like they're being ignored? It's a tough part, and it's made this game very interesting. I've mentioned on several occasions that I feel like this game could be a contender for Game of the Year, you know, if it gets the attention that it deserves. But that is because of the fact that this game has made me feel so much that the outcomes of this act will cause me to put the game down for over 2 weeks because of the fact that the ending of this act affected me so much. And that kind of writing doesn't come around a lot. You know, oftentimes stories have a lot of forced feelings. You know, you can tell that you're supposed to feel one way or another about a certain thing, about a certain character or about a certain action. And this game just hits you sideways with all three. So I have the ability of building another Rupidium arc. You know, I feel like I want something good to come from this trip, and if we can save Earth with a little bit more Rupidium, then at least there's that. But it will indeed add a significant amount of mass onto our craft, so I don't know if it is exactly the best idea. We are going to have to gut our craft before we can move it to begin with, so you know, here's to hoping that I don't regret it. But yeah, let's go ahead and add a third Rupidium arc. At this point, I feel like I'm just kind of going through the motions. I'm not even really sure if building another Rupidium arc actually is saving Earth, or if I'm just going through the motions. And a call from Lucas doesn't really assure me that it's not the second. He does thank me for making the Rupidium arc, but the entirety of this conversation is just him telling me to make another one. So I'm just going to skip it for now, and we're just going to keep going But yeah, it's never enough. He wants me to make more.
Great. Because I'll need to focus on other things now.
Of course. That's understood. Good luck. I'll 7 out.
At this point in the game, I am dreading phone calls. Like, every single time I see that someone has called or left a message, it's just like, what do you want? What do you need? Anyways, it took me a while to figure out that you can use the WASD keys to move around the base in the build mode. I wasn't sure how to access that top floor for the longest time. I thought it was just out of my reach, but nope, just press the W key and it'll go up, press the S key and we'll go down. I decided to rearrange things a little bit more, but always deciding to keep the kitchen right next to the captain's cabin, as that seems to be where most of the drama takes place, right in the beginning of the morning, so it's nice to wake up and figure out what the heck everyone is doing. And I like to have the captain's cabin at the top of the craft to make it really easy to end the day. Another day dawns and I have to go back out into the wild yet again. I decide to take a moment to take care of this time dilation anomaly, but it's really hard to find the center of it when you're just wandering around and seeing the time bleed away from you, but it is worth it to take care of it when you're stuck in it like that, if you can. But we go ahead and get rid of that and we focus on our goal to get that intro that we were chasing in the previous day. We only have 4 days until sunrise, and there are plenty of technologies that we could really benefit from right now, but are locked behind the fact that we don't have any plant samples. So it's kind of imperative right now to gather them while we can. There's multiple on the planets because of the fact that it's there's multiple on the map because of the fact that the sun is so close to the planet, so every day is crucial. I have materials, I have people working on the mines, gathering the stuff necessary to push our way forward. We are going to have an issue with a bug that has since been fixed, but unfortunately will affect our gameplay. But overall, I think the best usage of my time right now is gathering those plant samples so I can get better research. We're about to go into Act 3. Who knows how many plant samples I'll be able to find in the beginning, and if I can get better research. One of the previous plant samples we used went towards free climbing, so now we don't use any battery to climb walls, and that is kind of crucial. The fact that some walls are hidden behind those energy barriers means that you're going to have to use a battery to get that climbing ability back, but now we don't need to. So yeah, so having access to better quality research is going to be imperative pretty soon. And so, I mean, I could spend this time gathering more resources, gathering more rupidium. I could spend this time trying to manage my altars and quell the rebellion, but in my mind, I'm seeing that it's a little bit of an impossibility right now. I feel like this is where the game is pushing us, and we're a little bit at its mercy. It is really tough to maneuver around here with both the time dilation anomaly and just so many freaking anomalies in my way. I've already gained a whole third of my radiation tolerance, and so we've got to be really careful with this. It's day 4, so if we die to radiation and lose hours due to the fact that we passed out, that is going to be a critical event. I'm doing my best not to reload the day. I reloaded it once to get a better response. In fact, I actually ended up getting a worse response, but we lived with it. But I'm not reloading the day if there's a failure in the day, if I mess up or just make no progress. We're just going to have to eat that time. Look at this. No climbing, no battery necessary. Beautiful. And it's only thanks to these little things right here. So on my next playthrough, I'm definitely going to prioritize grabbing these when I can. And I think I might prioritize attacking those things because they are annoying. And if we spend our science right, we can actually get some pretty good resources from them.
Okay, you're angry about tabula rasa. I get it. Is there any way I can make you feel better?
Yeah, sure. Wake me up from this nightmare where we segregate people into those worthy of living and those who can be disposed of. Want to make it better? Give me back my real life. Give me back my real self.
Those two sentences alone are quite powerful for someone like myself. So it is really hard to realize that the botanist is someone that I should have spent more time with, that I could have understood a little better. Doctor doesn't even want to talk to me. So, I don't know what I can do. We've got sunrise in 3 days. All I'm doing is I'm trying to get us moving forward to keep us from burning from the sun. I want us all to make it to the end. I want us all to have a good time, to trust each other, and to realize that we're in this together, not the corporation. Thank you, botanist. So I create this feast hoping that, I don't know, a good meal might bring us together again, but the radiation barrier is destroyed because I didn't make the filters enough, and I'm not even the one on the machine, but go ahead and throw in a few more in there, so hopefully that will solve the problem. At this point in the game, I was playing each act in a singular session, so by this point in the game I had been playing for about 7 hours, so I was getting a little tired. Now, I do need to provide a little bit of a content warning. The next section is going to include the usage of a hallucinogenic substance, as well as the visual representation of it, including flashing lights and vibrant colors. If this is something that is not suitable to you, please skip to the timestamp listed on the screen above. It is a fun sequence, but wholly not necessary to the story, so you won't miss much by skipping ahead. Thank you, and please enjoy.
Okay, I've got your special tea. And the mixture. Do you have that too? I do? Can you tell me what exactly you're planning to do with it? Use it, of course, but only in good company. What? You don't mean... Come on, Jan, don't be so uptight. First the tea. Care to join me? Sure. I hope I'm not flirting with disaster. This is wonderfully disgusting, Jan. Even better than my homegrown original. How do you find it? Yes. Very disgusting. Everything looks so beautiful. And you? You are beautiful. I am beautiful too. Why do you think that is? Because I am not here. I am everywhere. Let it take you with its flow. Time to use our special mixture. Yes. What is it? Paints, Jan. Oil paints. I have prepared a canvas. I will show you the best possible way to react to any inner tensions. Creating art with an open mind. And today, we will do it together. Tell me, what do you see with your mind's eye? The first picture that comes to you here and now. Endless space. It's so big and I'm so small. Yes, you are nothing. Now, what colors do you see? Can't you see them too? Yes, I can. You're right. Our common colors. So, what does it all mean? It means there's a universal awareness that sees us, knows us. Being seen by it feels so peaceful. Yes. Peace, harmony, chill.
And so through all of that, we learned to chill. That is the therapist lesson to us. I'm not sure how we're going to be able to apply that in the face of impending doom, but you know what? It was a fun experience nonetheless. So 3 days until said impending doom, and we are back yet again chasing out these interals. Yeah, this was probably the only grindy part of the game that I didn't like. I didn't mind the searching for resources. I didn't mind the discovering of locations or the anomalies or anything like that. But it was chasing down these paths that was a little bit frustrating. Also primarily because due to this time, there were so many anomalies in my way that I was getting so much unnecessary damage in the pursuit of it. Like, look at my radiation bar right there. I'm about to die. Was it worth it? Yes, but... excuse me?
Do we have enough? Quiet. Shh.
Alright, now both y'all are on my shit list. Doctor, you got some explaining to do.
What was that about? Nothing important, really.
You've got to be kidding me. You can't tell me that Jan doesn't have more to say to the doctor than just that. Just let him get away with that? Are you kidding me? He's still plotting. Look at this. He's still plotting right in front of us. Right in front of my face. No respect. I head over to the kitchen because there is something new. Fun to see the results of our
First ever work.
hanging out with a therapist.
I called it universal awareness.
And no one cares.
It seemed like a good title then.
Both the scientist and the miner are supposedly on my side right now, and they just don't care. They have no opinion on my art. And then look at these traders right here. Technician, can't we talk? You're the only one that I have no ability of speaking to.
I can see you're still troubled by what happened to Tabula Rasa. Is there any way we could put this behind us? By this, you mean a fundamental clash of values? You know, for a moment I thought that this situation was a chance to change my perception of self. That thanks to you, I could look at myself in a favorable light as a good person. But now, I realize that I was right to hate myself. Deep down, at the core, I'm just a selfish, ruthless brute. You proved that to me.
The doctor would rather the death of everyone aboard rather than the usage of stem cell research. Got it.
There's a lot of bad blood in the base. How are you coping with it?
It sucks. I mean, you cured us without getting our brains hacked by the corp.
Exactly!
What more do they want, huh? Jam on it?
Yeah, right.
I don't know, man. I wish we could just get out of here, have another party. Make it all go away.
You said it, man. You said it. So I decided to hang out with the miner, you know. The scientist, he's a little abrasive. He's hard to spend some time with, and the therapist, you know, he's just, well, he's just a therapist, so he just does his thing. So what else can we do except play some beer pong with the miner and let everyone get their wish, you know? If everyone's so happy to have, you know, their lives ended by the corporation, then yeah, let's have it. Let's do it. So instead of saving the day, we've spent some time, play some beer pong, and allow the sun to take us. It was fun to have a game over, but of course it does allow you to load up the day, so I am going to go back to that, and then, you know, spend the day getting everything prepared for these ungrateful sods. So we spend our time setting up the jobs and the resources that need to be created in this last day. It is quite important to spend this time wisely and not mess up. As you can see in the bottom, we have a plus sign to our organics, and that is going to cause some trouble because of a early game glitch that has been fixed, like I mentioned before. So now the name of the game becomes lightening our mass in order to move. As you see here, our base is 898 units of weight. We only have 800 units of organics to power our base. So we are going to need to limit our mass until we can have enough fuel to move ourselves. But in order to do that, we are going to need to get rid of pieces. We don't have enough storage to recycle the parts that they were made from, so we are actually going to have to get rid of some of our stored resources like organics and rubidium, enriched metals and the like. But it's really disheartening to have to just destroy these pieces that we worked so hard to get. The park with the bench, the contemplation room, these radiation repulsors, which are ideally best for our health in order to keep ourselves maintained, but I have to get rid of them if I want to move this, if we want to escape the sun and even get going. And you know, these altars are becoming less and less helpful as time goes on. But with all the resources gathered, all of the organics that we can possibly get, and our base low enough weight that we can indeed move it, even though we basically destroyed half of it, we can now get ourselves set up and ready to go. We have limited time left, and it turns out that I need to be one of the people on the towers. I thought I was able to just get my altars to handle it, which was awful because I needed to utilize all 3 of the rebelling altars in order to push us forward, and I don't even trust them. I don't trust them to not kill everyone just to do it, and that's where we're at. That is what they brought us to, you know. A technician doesn't trust me not to kill him, not to what, I guess print him again and then harvest his brain to solve a problem that we already solved. I don't know. I don't understand his logic, you know. So, but the mistrust has been sowed, and so therefore I have to handle this on my own. So let's go ahead and neutralize the gravity anomaly, and let's start our journey. We are going to have to give up 2 of our mining outposts, but they're the basic ones, and we get all of our pylons back, which is kind of the most important part, so I'll deal with it.
It worked. We can get out of here.
All that work, all that effort, all those destroyed modules, and this is how you repay me.
Wake up, sleepyhead. Bedtime's over. you are, who you are. Do you remember anything? Please. What next? You can ask me about my name and role on this mission? Of course I remember. I mean, up to a point. Oh, shit. Oh, my chest. Careful. You took a heavy blow there. Yeah, I remember the technician. But why? Did he attack me? Yes. Apparently, some of us were unable to come to terms with your decisions. Looks like they'd been planning this for some time. Repairing the tour vehicle while you weren't watching. Filling it up with stolen supplies. And then, when the time came, the technician just knocked you down. And they took off into the desert.
So all those suspicious meetings that Jan refused to ask any more questions about.
Shit. It's
Okay.
all my fault.
Yeah.
I saw it coming, but I didn't do anything to stop it.
Yeah, you should have.
Was he
Jan.
trying to kill me? I mean, what exactly happened? I think he just wanted to send a message. Knock you unconscious, maybe. But that blow caught you off balance. You fell and punctured your helmet. You were suffocating. Luckily, we had some Madrigal in the med bay. Well, at least I thought that would work. But after the injection, you just turned blue and started shaking all over. Of course I did. I'm allergic to Adrical. Yes, well, I know that now. I'll probably need to get tested too when I'm back on Earth. Wait. How did you find out? From someone who knows you best. I called Lena. Of course, it would have been much quicker if the botanist had told me. But I guess he was too busy despairing about our situation in his cabin. You talked to Lena? Yes. Fortunately, all of this happened before we got lost and communications died. Did you tell her about everything that happened here? Why shouldn't I? She wanted to know what's going on, and you were flatlining. There was no time for playing kiddie games. Shit. Yes. Well, I hope you also heard the important part of my story. It happened before we got lost. We're lost? The navigation system's down. The storm is everywhere. We've been circling blindly for days. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but frankly, the base is close to breaking down. The storm's been putting it under a lot of pressure, and supplies are at a critical level. It's been quite intense.
So, feeling the pressures of leadership, huh, scientist? Starting to second guess whether or not you could just handle it so easily? It's alright, I'm back.
Is there no good news at all? I mean, we're closer to the finish line, right? We just need to figure out how to get out of the storm. Sure, easy as that. Just so you know, we have been trying. With all the time we've lost, I'd say we're one mistake away from failing the mission and getting stuck here for good. We need to stop drifting aimlessly, pick a direction, and this time, it needs to be a flawless choice. Flawless. I'm glad you see the problem. Okay, so what do we do? I was hoping things would change when you woke up, but I suppose it's gonna take more than that. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm not superhuman, you know. How am I supposed to suddenly know what to do? Well, superhuman or not, you're still gonna have to bite the bullet. Bullet? What bullet? What are you talking about? I didn't want to stress you immediately after you woke up, but there is something you should hear. Some messages in the comms room from before we lost contact with Earth. Okay, what's in them? What are you not telling me? Just listen for yourself.
You know, it's never a good sign when the person refuses to tell you.
How does it work? You explain the subject you're working on to the duck. I know it sounds silly, but it really helps. Nothing silly about it, brother.
I don't mind the scientist and I don't mind the therapist, but it is really good to see the miner here.
So, you stayed. I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, glad you decided to rejoin the party. I don't know what the scientist told you, but we're in the fucking weeds here. We'll never get out of this damn storm.
That's the thing that I love about the miner, is that his trust is earned, but once it is earned, he is behind you 100%. Technician, I hate to say it, you could learn from him.
Stayed. Really? Why? I'm not making any difference. Just waiting idly for the end, like the rest of us.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. You know, I can't really argue with that, but, you know, you're a nice person to talk to. Right now, I need nice people around me. I need people I can trust, people who can listen. I have a feeling that the people who are left are those who can. Practically the entire base is broken, but for now, I'm just going to listen to my messages and deal with the aftermath.
I talked to your alter, and he filled me in on the situation. Damn it, Jan. You're farming people to extract brain cells now. That person, your copy, he was so cool about it. Maxwell's solution, huh? If only you had the patience to wait just a little longer. If only you wanted to listen to what I found out. This whole Project Ela, Maxwell experimenting on damaged people, messing with their minds. Man, that guy is seriously sick. Do you label your alters with numbers too? Like he did with his patients, like for example, patient 313? Did he tell you what happened to him? Well, maybe you should ask. Or maybe you already know and you just don't care. I guess not much can surprise me at this point. You've crossed a line, just like him. To think I got the whole medical department on their feet for you. What was I thinking? I should turn you in, both of you. But I can't. I can't do this, Jan. You're lying there, unconscious, and I don't know what's become of you, or who you are anymore. And I don't think I want to find out. I wish I'd never called you in the first place. I don't want any part in your freak show. You'll just have to deal with it on your own.
Ow.
Jan, Maxwell here. Lucas told me there's a communication breakdown again. Whatever is going on there, if you can hear me, please try to get in touch with us. I beg you to make the last push. Humanity needs you. I need you to succeed. I just hope my idea worked with Tabula Rasa and that all your alters are healthy and alive. It's just very, very important, Jan, that you bring all your alters back, that you keep them safe. More important than you think.
Don't give me that cryptic line that now makes me trust you even less.
Find me when you're done with those calls.
And the thing about Lena's call that's really bothering me is she was using those microchips to control prisoners. Like, she has no high horse to be standing on.
Looks like the mess is bigger than I thought. Yes, we've waited long enough for you to come to, but we need decisions fast. What's the plan?
That was a lot more responsibility than I was expecting, so I think I'm gonna go self-deprecating.
I know you're relying on me, but I just don't know. Seems I keep failing everybody. I have no idea what to do. I never thought I'd say it, but I miss the technician. He knew that navigation system inside out.
Technician really is the midway point between the scientist and Jan Prime.
He kept challenging me. I failed him, and you're paying the price. Now's not the time for regrets, Jan. We need to set a direction for the base, and it needs to be right. We can't afford another day of drifting aimlessly in this storm. This is not a joke, Jan. Everything depends on you. The mission, Rapidium, our lives. You've decided to trust Maxwell's scientific methods, and I respect that. But it came with a price. It was too much for some of us. I'd hate to know we paid that price for nothing.
This game just tugs at your heartstrings too much. This game forces you to make bad decisions and just deal with them, to live with them.
I did what it took to
So
save
good.
you. Even if it meant coming across as cold-hearted. But it looks like my motives were misunderstood and everything crumbled. I'm sorry. I wish I could have done better. As your captain. No need to blame yourself. Apparently there was no way for you to ever become one. What do you mean? Just take a look at the branchings available in the QC. You can find all sorts of walks of life that you could have taken, but a captain? No, it was never possible. None of us were cut out for that role. You're right. It's kind of liberating, knowing that there was simply no way to be good at this. Well, this actually got me thinking about something. What? That code we got from Maxwell to upgrade the QC. His old experiment. He and Lucas used the mind records in a completely different way to manipulate the consciousness of an existing person. You're not really thinking we should try and repeat that. Oh, I agree it could be dangerous, but well, you said it yourself. There might not be another way. Fine. I'll do it. What's the plan? It's hard to call it a plan. Just go into the womb, I'll plug you in, load Maxwell's code, and improvise. Testing on production? Doesn't sound like your standards. Oh, I had to say goodbye to my standards the moment I woke up in this base.
It was a nice, genuine moment between the two of them.
All right, I'm activating the procedure. Any last words?
Yeah, is it okay to have second thoughts about overriding my power? Is it over?
Hello? Anybody here?
Base has stopped. I should check outside. Ah, shit. We're still in the storm. What the hell? Hey, someone's there.
Wait. Am I losing my mind? Oh, damn it. What was that? Hey, is that a baby? What's going on here? I recognize this.
You're no good. Hear that? No good!
Mom. No matter what I do, you're gone.
Maybe you should have run faster.
What the hell? Who are you? What are you doing here?
I am you, Jan. Just different.
Is this a dream?
No, Jan. You just woke up. Remember?
Where am I? Still in the base or somewhere else?
You're right here. Where else would you be? The better question is, why are you here?
I wanted to change things. Become a better man. Someone who knows what to do.
A better man. You can't just start being someone else all of a sudden. Didn't Pops teach you that?
I'm not my father.
Maybe not. But aren't you doing what he did all his life? Waiting for a miracle to happen and change everything.
That's not true. I wasn't waiting for anything. I took matters into my own hands.
Do you really believe that? That you're the architect of your own fate? What if deciding, making choices was never anything more than just an illusion? It's crossed your mind, hasn't it? Does it really matter what I do, where I go, what I say? Am I the captain of my ship? Or does it take its own course regardless of what I do? My choices are real. My altars are proof of that.
Hey,
Why are you
why are
doing
you
that?
doing that? Cut it out. Cut it out.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. But you haven't been listening carefully. I told you. I'm you. It breaks my heart to see you so absorbed in that whole what-if business. Using your altars to revisit problems you couldn't solve. You've been very busy. But still, instead of moving forward, you end up here, stuck in your past. How is that?
I know now that I could have been there for her. If I had taken a different path.
She's gone, Jan. She always was. There was never anything you could have done.
Where's he gone? Oh, this is crazy. Lena, is that you?
Was a mistake. Why didn't you fight for us? We weren't meant for each other.
I tried.
What is going on with me?
It's over.
Don't go. Wait.
I guess you two just weren't meant to be together.
You again? Come here to make fun of my failures.
Not my fault you're caught up in their loop. In that big round base of yours.
I'm moving forward.
Yes. To stop short on the wrong side of a precipice. Can't you see that you never were good enough for her? Her parents were mad at her when she dumped that law student for you. The unemployed miner's son with no prospects. And you wanted to impress them with what? A house with a garden, a steady job in a corporation? Is that why you were so afraid of losing that house and going abroad with her? Because you knew her parents wouldn't respect you? Just look at your alters. Don't you think any one of them would impress her more than the average warring Yondolski?
She fell in love with the person I was, not with who I could have been.
Love. Such a big word. Was it real love, though? Can you even tell what's real? How many times did you wonder that maybe you're not the original Jan? That there had to be someone else, a version of you who actually deserved to live, to be loved. Because he always knew what to do, because he never made mistakes. Maybe that way he was worthy of his father's love.
That's cruel. Why are you doing this?
Me? Jan. Didn't I already tell you that I'm you? Nothing more, nothing less. I'm just saying what you're thinking.
Hey! Please, don't go! What the fuck? No! Where are you going? Hey, you.
Such a loser! And you can do it.
You're not cut out to be a leader. You can do.
Don't quit now. Yes, come on. Run faster!
I'm suffocating. I need air. I need air. Help! Help me! I'm suffocating. Help! I need air. God, please! Help! God!
It's your captain! Open the door! Please!
I'm sorry, Captain. I can't. I can't help you. I'm sorry.
They were dead before you got to them.
Why did I survive and not any one of them?
Someone had to. All this time, and I still don't understand what happened. I'm sure you have some smart theories up your sleeve. Go ahead. Hit me. I think the corporation is up to something. Maybe they're secretly sabotaging missions that land on planets with Rapidium. What would they do that for? Well, maybe they have more interest in searching for Rapidium than actually finding it. They're doing great business on these missions, getting government funding and bringing back all sorts of resources. Solving the hunger problem isn't really anything they'd be interested in. I don't think you really believe that. You see, I think that deep down, you know what happened. The answers were always there, in front of you. But instead of piecing them together, you preferred to look away. What answers? What are you talking about? You know there was an oxygen leak during the landing. You got that information. And you also know what the quantum computer is, how it operates, what its main purpose is. To optimize decisions. That's right. Its role is to ensure the success of the mission no matter what. And it looks like in the face of an emergency, it had to do just that. There was only enough oxygen for one person to survive. And the QC had to calculate the probability, as it always does, who should receive that life-saving breath. No judgment, no reading tea leaves, just pure data analysis to give the answer to one simple question. Who had the biggest chances of completing the mission? And it was... Yes. The math pointed to you. How do you know all this? Because you know it. You always did. But you are so focused on your mistakes. Because I feel that I can learn from them. And figuring out how to avoid bad choices. What is a bad choice, really? You feel you could have made a lot of different decisions in your life, but without those choices, good or bad, you wouldn't be who you are. The person with the best chance to pull it off. Maybe it's not you who needs to change, but your perspective. Mistakes can have good consequences too, you know. And they're not mistakes anymore, are they? My point exactly. Still, I lost a part of my team. Conflicts can open new, unexpected paths. What do you mean? Find and follow your disobedient side. You've spent a lot of time on this planet escaping the sun, facing the darkness. Maybe it's time you started looking through the darkness and notice the light. The light? What light? Hey. Looks like I'm back.
It does. And you're cognizant. You've been shaking on that bed for an hour. I was honestly worried about the choice of settings I applied in that program.
No. I think you did everything right.
So, did it work? You look the same. Did anything change?
Yeah, to be honest. Everything's different. Just not the way I expected.
So, what happened?
I understood things. Things I sort of knew, but my brain kept hidden from me for some reason.
It's called the subconscious, Jan.
Yeah, I guess it is. So, my subconscious told me that instead of trying to fix my old life, I should try and take something good from what I messed up. It was very comforting.
sure it was. Did your subconscious by any chance mention how we could get out of here? Yeah. We should look for the rebels. The rebels. Do you really believe they're still alive? If there's anybody who can make it through this storm, it's the technician. Well, that vehicle is definitely more maneuverable than our base. He said something about noticing the light. That make any sense to you? The light? Seriously? We risk everything to alter your mind, and all you come back with is a cliched epiphany about following the light? Doesn't the Tur emit any light? Well, probably. But in case you haven't noticed, there's a sandstorm raging outside. We'd never be able to see anything, even if we had the most high-end... Wait a minute. What? Tell me. Low-frequency electromagnetic waves detection. Oh, now you're confusing me. That could be it. Yeah, the navigation system. It can be switched into an auxiliary mode, tracing any interferences in electromagnetic wavelength. And that means if there was a source of artificial light somewhere nearby, the sensors could be able to locate it. And follow it. Right. If the technician really did find a way through the storm, and the Tur vehicle is not too far away, it could be worth a try. Your subconscious might actually be a genius. Oh, you never doubted that, did you?
And the real power was inside us the whole time. We gained the new perspective, long hard talk with ourselves, and so I don't know how that's going to translate out like the other lessons learned where we can utilize that in a conversation, but... Minor? Hey, nothing? No one has anything to say? I just talk to myself, my subconscious in a dream. He was very large, had no hair. There were some sheep. No one wants to hear about my dream? It's okay, they weren't in it. And so after taking a look around, I remember that a good chunk of the base is broken. And since there is no time limit right now, and we do have a plethora of repair kits stockpiled, might as well fix them all. I mean, there's no point in bringing them into the new act, so I go ahead and take the moment to repair all 4 broken modules, since there is no time cost to us since we are mid-journey. But anyways, let's go ahead and change the base navigation to focus on it and bring ourselves into Act 3. Ending our journey. Look at our base. So many pieces destroyed off of it. So many missing modules that made us feel happy. The greenhouse, the contemplation room, the park with a bench.
Out of the storm.
We're all going to have to make it in the next episode. And in the next episode, we are going to pick up right where we left off with Act 3. However, that will be in the following week. And next week, we have a different thing planned. But I have really been enjoying this game, and so I hope you have as well. I'm very excited to dive into Act 3 and see where this game finally goes. But anyways, that is where I'm going to leave today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're looking forward for more of the altars. If you did, think about subscribing. Drop me a like, let me know your thoughts, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.